What's up, guys? Addicting Air here with another podcast after 2 months, I think, since the last one. This is my aunt. Introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. My name is Azadeh, and I'm Arman's aunt. So I'm just here visiting, and he asked me to have a podcast session, and I said, "Why not?" So I'm here.
Yeah. Well, make sure you guys like and subscribe the video. Hopefully, so I can do more of this. So okay, let's get into the talking.
Okay.
So what do you do? What is your job, or what do you like to do?
So basically, I'm a graphic slash web designer, and I'm also a UX UI designer as well.
What
So
is that?
basically, user experience, user interface design. That's
For
what it stands
websites?
for. So basically, for any kind of product. So basically, it's not just about the website. It's about applications or any kind of product that you design. You just have to make sure that it's user friendly, it's easy to use, it's simple, and it has like a appealing interface design. So basically, it's a package of everything for a good product. So, and the science behind it is UX UI design.
Science.
It's kind of a science, really. Yes. I
Okay,
mean,
so do you ever like go on a website and then see some trash user interface and then say, I could do better, and they'd probably pay me more?
yeah, I mean, the thing is that was part of our curriculum at some point when I was working on my master's degree. So we had a course, and all we were doing was to find like bad websites, go through them, and fix them through some mock-ups. And we would just present some mock-ups to say, okay, these are better approaches, these are better designs. And that's how we got our grades. So that's part of our job, to be honest. Yeah, I'm done with my
Oh, you
career.
still want to talk
Yeah.
about? Okay, keep talking to us about your career.
I still, yeah. So basically, what I currently do, I work for a government agency, and I'm a web content manager. So basically, what I do, I support and maintain all the internal and external, let's say, public websites for one of the government agencies. So it's very IT related. It's not design related career that I picked, but my main interest is basically web and graphic design. So on this site, I do graphic, consulting
Okay.
jobs for like other regions or headquarters of the same government agency. So it's just like I do freelance, design jobs as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a
Now
lot
I'm
on.
done.
Okay. So you have a lot on your plate. I see. Well, you went to school. You went to an art school, right?
Yes, I got my bachelor in graphic design back in Iran. And then I came to the States. I took like courses here and there. I was confused. I was lost. I wasn't sure, which direction I should, go. And then I decided to go with web design and for my master's degree. But the problem was that I felt like this is so generic. Like, what does that mean? Just web design. Just we become a web designer and that's it. So, and then I found out about the UX UI design,
Oh, UX, UI.
which was
Advanced.
a broader subject.
Oh.
And at that time, one university in San Francisco was offering that. It was Academy of Art University. And that meant that I had to move. But then I found out that they're offering this online course.
Oh, okay.
And I said, okay, I'm going to go with it. I took one course. I finished the first semester, and then I said, okay, I'm going to move to San Francisco. And I'll be there, and I will experience the real artsy lifestyle.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And then I met my husband, and everything changed.
Okay, so where did you meet him?
Well, I met him in a concert. It was this Persian artist called Mohsen Namju. I'm sure you've heard
Of course,
the
of
name.
course. Of course I have.
So we met there, and and I mean everything else followed.
Okay.
He proposed a year after we met, and then after that we got married, and that's how I ended up staying in DC and not moving to California.
I still recommend you to come here.
Yeah.
Because the rest of your family's here.
Yeah, and I like the laid back, environment.
Yeah, people melt away here. It's too sunny.
Yeah, I like the fact. To be honest, I like DC because like even the weather, I would like to see that change, throughout the year. Like you see the fall, you see the winter, it's snowing, and then again you will see all the flowers will blossom, and it's just like
the only thing I like about cold areas is I feel like I grow taller when I go there for some reason. I feel like the cold stretches me out a little bit.
Really?
I always grow taller when I go to DC.
Well, it should be vice versa, I guess. When you think about it.
Maybe. I don't know how it works, but last time I went was about a year ago now, and it was really humid, and I had trouble breathing because I wasn't used to it. It gets really bad when it's humid.
Yes, and I live close by I can't say it's a jungle, but it's a trail.
Jungle. I have a good house, but for the price you're paying for that house, you probably won't get anything around here. You might get something.
Yes, you are right. You're absolutely right. This state and this city is very expensive in compare with
for sure.
where I live. So.
No, but still come to California.
Yeah, that's on my list. I'm working on it.
So when will that be executed?
Yeah, I've started like some, I've initiated some efforts to move here, but I haven't made any progress yet. So working on it.
Okay. Well, okay. So now we can get into you being a mother, right?
Oh, motherhood.
Yeah,
Wow.
Motherhood.
Yeah.
So you're pretty new at it, so it's only been 2 years now, right?
Well, no. Oh, excuse me, 3.5.
3.5?
But the moment.
Oh no, the moment they're born, I count it as a mother. I think.
Well, she's 3.5, and
I
let's
thought
put the
2.5.
pregnancy part on top of that. So
okay.
The moment that you find out that you're pregnant.
Oh, you're a mother?
Okay. You're a mother.
Okay.
You don't have a life.
Well, no, you work at home, so it's easier for you.
Well, to be honest,
now.
Especially with the lockdown, it was very difficult because the thing is, we were really busy in the beginning of the, pandemic.
Yeah.
Especially with IT stuff, like I was always like booked, and Megal was my daughter's name is Megal, by the way, and Megal was staying with us, and Ali was my husband. He was working, full time, so we didn't really have time to spend, quality time with her, and she was just getting a lot of screen time. So, and this is I feel so guilty, but for the first few weeks, we just had a very hard time, like finding some time to spend with her. So, we came up with a solution, honestly. We set up a spreadsheet.
A spreadsheet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And we sort of divided the responsibilities, between my husband and I.
Okay.
And it really worked out. So, for example, for a time block that he was taking care of her, I was just catching up with my to-do list. I was emailing people, setting up the meetings. Like I was like super productive.
Okay.
And then he would just come to me after 3 hours. Okay, it's your time. I would take her, no screen time, taking her out, like doing like activities with her, not just sitting, in front of the TV with her. No. And we were trying to like stay away from our phones, things like that. And it really worked out for us. So we have that schedule on our refrigerator.
Of course, the best place.
And we update it monthly, you know, based on the schedule.
That's interesting. No, I haven't heard that before. A spreadsheet.
It's a very structural
So what, you have like the
pattern to it.
dates and then you have time from this to this?
Yes. And you know, one night I am responsible to put her in bed. The next night he's responsible. So we can
Jeez.
take breaks. I mean, you can watch your Netflix and stuff like that on the nights that you're not responsible.
That's
And
interesting.
yeah.
I didn't think about that. But in terms of screen time, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember me watching that much TV.
That's good.
But
That's a
I don't
very
know if I
good
was,
sign.
because you forget. So I wouldn't worry. I don't know if you should worry about it too much, but I don't know. Nowadays, it's a lot easier. Last time you had to sit in front of a TV, now you can take the iPad.
Yes.
When I was growing up, like there wasn't iPads yet.
No.
So I had to be in a house. If we were on the go, there's no way I could watch
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
So at that time, I guess I had less screen time. But I think it's okay. I don't know.
And I mean, if you can travel and if there's no pandemic, I mean, her life would be more active. Like we would just
sure.
go out more. He would just. I mean, she would have play dates with her friends. So we wouldn't be really concerned about the screen time. But starting March of this year, I mean, this screen time thing has become a big issue for us.
Okay.
Because that's the only time that she really sits and
Does
nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing else.
Well, then I guess that leads me to the next question. In a world that this lockdown keeps going
Yeah.
and we stay home and even if it's a few years in the future and she has to take school online, what do you feel about that?
I'm not
Online
feeling
school.
good about that.
Not at all.
No, I don't feel comfortable putting a 4-year-old in front of a computer screen and expect her to
Pay attention.
and be attentive. I mean, it's hard. Even for me, sitting in front of the computer for a Zoom meeting, after
Yeah.
like half an hour, I just want to like close my laptop and go and do my own thing, let
Right.
alone a 4-year-old. So, and I feel like even that screen thing is not healthy for her. I feel like her eyes are really attached to the screen and she's locked on that. Like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
I just know that
For a 4-year-old.
I got into screens and stuff later in my life.
Yeah.
More like when I was 10, 8, 9. So I don't know how it would affect someone that early, but I was there on the DS most of the time.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was playing games more than watching cartoons
Watching
at that
cartoons.
point.
Yeah.
But then I just slowly strayed away from TV in general, and now I watch
Yeah.
more YouTube. YouTube
Yeah.
has taken over cable TV,
Oh, yeah.
stuff like. But besides the point, I don't know if you should worry because I can't tell you. I can't give you advice. I don't know. Even if it's like 10 years apart, a little bit more than 10 years, like she's growing up in like a completely different
Oh, yeah.
thing, completely different.
Well, she changes week by week, so
Yeah, I'm just checking if it's recording. It's happened to me where it just freezes, and it's the worst thing because. Okay,
Oh.
yeah. So
Okay.
everything's fine because with Khala Shirin,
uh-huh.
it froze like towards the end,
Oh,
and
my
our faces
God.
were stuck on us laughing or something
Oh.
for like the last 20 minutes. But I just don't want. Okay,
I'm sure she wasn't happy about that.
I kept it in anyways. It's okay, but
Well, she has more opportunities to have these podcasts. I'm leaving on Monday.
yeah, so you're going back.
You know.
I'm telling you, you just need to come stay here, and
Yeah.
you will eventually. I'm telling you, before Meg will like, if there is school, like she goes to school, it's easier to just come here, not move schools.
Yes, that's a big, reason that I want to make this happen.
I mean, I did something completely opposite. I went to Iran for like kindergarten, and then I came to Argentina,
Yeah.
and then I went to U.S.
Yeah. So
So I
was
was
that
all over the
hard,
place.
really? Like moving places and.
I don't think so. I don't remember.
I
Like
mean,
I
as a
told you.
child, I think like kids are very powerful when it comes to like blending and like stuff like that because they're not judgmental and they're friendly and they can make friends easily. And even the language is not a barrier for them to communicate. Because I was very concerned when Mako started, going to daycare because we were speaking Farsi in front of her most of the time. And then the lady who was taking care of her, she didn't know any English and she spoke complete Spanish all the time. And I was concerned, like, how would she communicate with her? Like, she just listens to us speaking Farsi and sometimes cartoons in English.
The same.
So no Spanish exposure. And I was so surprised that she started like really communicating with her over a month. Like, no problem. Like, she would just speak Spanish to her and she was like, okay. She would just go and take something that she, was asked from her. And I was like, oh my gosh, she knows the Spanish.
Yeah.
So
it's better that you talk to her in Farsi at home too, because you need to keep that. Because I used to be fluent in Spanish, like really fluent in Argentina.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost it. And I went back one time after like 2-3 years, and I kind of got back in the groove because I was so young. But now it's a lot harder. So I only have 2 languages now, which is Farsi and English. But they call it Persian here now.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of
so
odd.
It's not Farsi. It's
Persian. Like I was filling out my applications and I was looking for Farsi and F and it wasn't there, so I had to go to P to Persian, which is kind of weird.
Whichever works, same language.
I don't know. Yeah, you could just put Arabic there.
Well, that's different.
It is, but like it's close enough.
Yes.
If it wasn't on the list, I would put that.
Yeah, well, sometimes even for the keyboard, options when you want to text in Farsi, on an iPhone, I would use Arabic. Yes, alphabets are the same. You can use them for Farsi, but like the language itself, it's
that's what I mean.
Yeah. Anyways.
Let me see. Do I have anything to say? Okay, so
life in DC, stuff like that.
No, I know what life in DC. I mean, it's just a colder here. That's the only difference. Life. I mean, you say people act differently here, which is true. People here, I feel like, are I don't know. I feel like homeless people here. When I see the homeless people here compared to homeless people there, first of all, there's not as much, right? For some reason,
there is a lot. Like in DC.
Yeah, in East Coast here, there is homeless people for sure, but not as much as there is in California. And I feel like they're taken care of better, or at least, I don't know, they're in like a better state of mind than homeless people here. I don't know if because they don't help them out here, or people like don't help them out.
Here?
Yeah. Here.
I don't know. People are softer here, but
really,
in compared with East Coast. But I think like since let's say in DC it's a capital, so you're not supposed to see that many homelesses over there.
I mean,
because
you could basically say LA is a capital.
Shelters and they should be taken care of, like in
but when I hear that, they say it's the homeless people themselves that don't want to go in shelters, something like that.
Well,
I don't know.
In this pandemic, I mean, it will have a big effect on.
I heard they
shelters and
they just rent out hotels for them because hotels are losing money, right? So the government just says we'll put the homeless people here, we'll pay the hotels some money. Obviously not the same, but
that's a very nice act.
I guess they're getting hotel care.
Yeah. So one thing that I heard, because like in the middle of the pandemic, it was my friend's birthday party, and she was insisting that we would have a girls' night out in a hotel, and then we would take a room. And it was
That's
like
a birthday party. It sounds like a bachelorette party.
yeah, I know. No, she just wanted to take a break from the kids, and
Okay.
you know.
That's fair.
And we were like, okay, let's do that. And then we just thought about it a bit deeper. I called my friend, and she's an HR manager for one of the big resorts.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, what's the corona situation in hotel rooms? Like, is it safe to get a room for a night and, you know, stay? And she said, the only problem is that some people would quarantine themselves in the hotel rooms. And we're not allowed to tell them, no, you cannot enter this building. So we have some rooms that are for, you know, people who need to be locked down, you know, because of the corona. And so just imagine if this person decides to go to the lobby, well, they would use.
But they don't have do they have the virus and they're in the quarantine? I don't understand.
Yes, I mean, they're sick and they should be quarantined. You know, I'm saying quarantine. And they should be quarantined. So they would come to the hotel and they would give them room to quarantine themselves.
Yes, so they're not allowed
but
to
there
leave
is
alone.
nobody to check on them. You know, they
okay.
I mean, they might get bored and they decide to go downstairs and sit in the lobby. I mean,
well, I don't know if that works. I haven't heard of that, but I don't know why go to a hotel. That sounds expensive.
To be away from your family.
Okay, but it's still expensive. I would just close the door in your room.
Well, some people, you know, have that money, and hotels are nice because they have room service. And
okay.
I'm not sure if they clean the rooms though.
So you didn't end up going to the
party?
So
when my friend told me that, I said, okay, no, thank you.
No.
That plan is canceled.
Yeah, people are reacting to it differently. I would have gone personally.
Oh, really? I don't know.
It's always better to have a good time.
Well, the thing is, it's you just think about your family members. I mean, if it's not just about you, it's about your kid, it's about your husband. I mean, you don't want to get them sick because you might be, you might not showing any symptoms, but you still might be the carrier for it. So you just don't want to put them in danger. Yeah, I don't think you're buying it.
No, not really.
It's okay.
I'm not saying don't wear your mask. Just wear your mask. Do your thing. I didn't say get in mask, but the party wouldn't have been more than like 10 people.
Yeah.
So even then, that's not that many. So if you just even if you wore your mask, you should have been fine. But it's just up to you.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just like maybe sometimes you feel like it's not worth it. That's what I thought.
Okay. I can't comment on that. It's not my place to comment. But okay. So I'm trying to think. A lot of things to say.
Career goals or
career.
I don't know.
So
you can
I guess
ask me about like.
So you think of having any more kids or?
Oh no. No, thank you so much.
So one will be enough?
One is enough.
So we'll be a family full of only childs then?
Oh yeah, but the thing is, that's true. All the families, all the sisters,
on your side,
they only have one. I don't know. I feel like if I was younger, when I got pregnant with Michael, I would definitely go with the second one. But considering my age, it is risky, and physically I have no energy for it. Like those sleepless nights. No, thank you.
Oh, you said your doctor said you were fine.
Well, the doctor, they keep saying that these days, like, because women, they work on their career, they get pregnant, later in their lives. Before, they would get pregnant in their 20s, and then they could have second, third child. By the time they were 35, they already had enough child to have a big family, But when I think about my own life, like, I came to the States when I was 27, and I started, like, building everything brick by brick at that age. So by the time that I was ready to have a kid, I was like 36, 37. Getting pregnant, and then the child came, and then it took some time, for me to adjust myself to the new situation. And now when I think about my age, and you can guess.
No, I won't.
I feel like physically and mentally, I'm done.
Okay, no, that's fair. I mean, I don't know what kind of strain that puts on your body.
No.
But it's just a question.
Well, I think the hardest part of the becoming a parent, especially the most shocking part, is the sleepless nights. I mean, nobody really told me that you will be so sleep deprived for at least 3 months. I wasn't ready for that part of it.
You didn't have the spreadsheet at the moment.
Well, yeah. And now, I know all the things. I mean, I feel like the second child is definitely an easier ride because
your experience.
This story. Yeah. And you're ready for it, and you're not that, like, we were very obsessed with everything about Mego. Like, we were obsessed about her bath time. Like, we were very focused on putting her in bed at a specific time and like giving her bath every night. But if I feel like if I have the second child, that would not be the case.
Yeah, well, you'll understand.
Be more relaxed. Yeah. So yeah. But 2 is definitely perfect for a family. I feel like. So
you're not. So you say you're not considering it at all, or?
No, I'm not considering it, honestly.
It's not even on your mind.
Sometimes I feel like, I wish this happened earlier in my life, so I would be ready for the second one.
All right, that's fair. I'm just only child. It's me and Amir Ali, which would be us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just on my mom's side, it's all single child.
And we are a big family. It's funny that because I really enjoyed having siblings. I had so much fun. I mean, I still do. But like when I think about my childhood, I never really felt the need for having a friend or like having plans, because there was always something happening in our house. Like we always had my siblings' friends coming over, staying, like, and even us, we were at least 3 or 4 at home, because Shahla was always in this stage. As far as I remember, I was 5 when she left.
Oh yeah.
So it was always a house full of kids, and I really enjoyed it, and I wish I could give that to my child, but.
No.
My
I mean, I grew up on it fine, I think.
Huh?
I grew up on it fine.
Oh, okay. That's good. I mean, it has its own privileges. I feel like being an only child, it's good.
At some point, but until you get too much attention, I guess. Like
too much means like not good, or
depends how you think about it, because I guess at some point you're always looking for the attention at that point because you expect it.
Yeah.
But just depends how you grow.
And when you get older, you don't want to get that much attention, right? I mean, you just want to do your own thing.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know what. Maybe just because I'm a guy and I don't really care. I don't know how it is. That's why maybe I was thinking if I had kids, I would have like one of each.
Oh, okay.
Because I kind of knew how I grew up, so I'd kind of be familiar, like emotionally, how it would work. But I wouldn't know how a girl would grow up.
Yeah.
In terms of emotionally, what they like, what they don't like, stuff like that.
Well, I think when you're a teenager, you really don't appreciate that much attention. Like if when I was a teenager, like when I was like 13, 14, I just wanted to do my own thing, and I just didn't want anybody to tell me what to do or, where to go and stuff like that. So I think it's not really related to the gender. It's just that stage of your life that you really don't want to be looked at as a child. because you feel like now I'm grown up, now I know what I want, I know how to take care of myself. I mean, you even think like that, but which is not true. But as a teenager, I feel like I had those feelings, and it was all my friends were feeling the same. And then like gradually you become comfortable with the whole situation. So it's just a stage in your life that you think that way.
That's fair.
And I feel like when you are the only child, definitely that focus is, very strong on you. Like, I mean, when you are like 2, 3 children, normally parents are they're distracted by
the
younger ones.
Usually.
And normally the older one is just doing, and normally the older ones are wiser.
I don't know.
In compared with the younger ones.
Maybe.
Because they become independent at, early. So it's just interesting. She's calling me.
Yeah,
I think I'm done. It's okay.
No, it's okay. She calm.
Mommy.
Yes. Okay.
اگه موقع میتونی بیاریش تو کمره ولی خب
Megol.
You want to go?
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to go take a picture with mommy? Because you know I want.
No, okay. All right. That was a straightforward. No.
Yeah. Well, we can end it there if you want, or do you have anything else you want to say? Any other
I think
questions?
I talked a lot. So.
Well, that's the point. You don't have any questions of me. Basically, going to high school, going to college, or going to college. The big step, as they say, going independent. You have any words of advice, questions? I don't know, because your daughter will get here at some point.
I do actually, and I just want to know, like, aren't you really excited of like moving to another city and like being away from the family and being very independent, having your own place? Like, isn't it that part of a college life that, because I've never had that experience really, because like back in Iran, when you go to the university, you still stay with your family,
Right.
Unless you're accepted to another city's university, which normally, which is I got accepted to a university in north of Iran, if you remember. So it was like a 3-hour drive from where I lived, and after a year, my parents, they said, "Oh no, we're gonna bring you back home.
Yeah.
You can change major and then go to an easier university, but you're gonna stay close to us." So,
I guess it really never hit me. I guess that I would be by myself doing my own thing, like in my own place. If I do go in my own place, I don't know, depending on if it's online or not. Because if it's online, then I'm just gonna save the money, stay here, and then eventually move out. But I guess it'll just hit me once I get there. Because, the whole college life and stuff, I don't know, you see it in shows, but then I remember when I was in middle school, I would look at TV, you would see high schoolers.
Yeah.
Then you go to high school, it's like, it's nothing like that, right? So I don't know how college will be, if it is like, how they show it, or how they say it is, or if it's just the same thing, but you're by yourself. Well, they say you meet friends there because there's so many people, right, that you find common interests.
And you live with them. The thing is, it's not just the time that you are, in the college itself. It's just like you become like siblings, because even your roommates, you study together, you have fun together, you sleep together, you eat together. So I feel like automatically you become really close and good friends.
Yeah.
With the people.
Okay, I don't know. I actually don't know. Your daughter will get to this point.
Yeah, Well, I feel like even at this age, she's very, she really tries to be independent. And I feel like she's one of those kids that would leave us for college.
I think it's the opposite. Every 2 seconds, she's calling your name.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I know because that's what kids at this age would do a lot. Like, because at this age, they start like talking really and
Right.
communicating, and they're so excited about it. So that's why they keep calling you, and they keep talking about this stuff that might even seem nonsense, but
Right.
it really means something to them.
For that moment.
For that moment. So, but knowing her personality, I feel like she's gonna. I mean, I will follow her. I will go to the same city that she
That's what
goes
my parents
to.
said too. They'll follow me. I'm like, okay, sure.
I mean, I'm gonna get my own house, and we're gonna have our own life and everything. But whenever she needs me, I have to be close to her. I don't wanna be on a plane, to get to my daughter.
Okay.
So.
I mean, my parents have said the same thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that'll hold up. Like,
I
if
think
I go,
you're gonna miss the sunny California if you move anywhere else.
I
The
didn't
weather
apply to anywhere out of California, so I don't think that's possible. Unless I go, like a community college in DC or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see myself moving there just to go to a community college.
Oh.
Yeah, in terms of college, I don't even know what I'm gonna major. I just put computer science down
Mm-hmm.
because it's just computer science. I don't know. I know I probably want to get into something, IT or computer related, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be, I don't think I'm going to be an engineer because you would have to make hardware. I think I will go towards like software. It's easier and you don't have to learn as much math.
Yeah.
But that's what I put down. I applied to all the UC schools and some Cal State schools. Because that's just, in state, it's like a lot cheaper.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I recommend you moving here too,
Okay.
because it's in state. Because over there you only have two options, or you're in Virginia, right, or Maryland?
Maryland.
Maryland. So you only have University of Maryland as a option.
Yeah, well,
for state.
I graduated in 2017, so I'm done with school at this point.
I feel like
unless I
Nagel and
wanna-
the future for
yeah,
your daughter.
Yeah. So, well, to be honest, you have a lot of options back in East Coast, and there are like high-ranked universities. Like people really care
I'm saying it's
about
going to be
education.
expensive if you go from
Out of state.
Well, yeah, and since
Yeah.
the states are so small in that area. Is what
One
I'm
of
saying.
the reasons that I wanted to move to California when I was at school was because I
Right.
was paying out-of-state tuition. Although it was an online program, but
You still have to
still
pay.
my location was in
Which
East
is
Coast,
stupid,
so,
but yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so that's why I recommend also coming here. You have more options at least.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My dad wants me to apply to private schools, and I don't really know how I feel about private schools because it's the same. Honestly, if you go to private, they said if you get into a UC school, we'll match their tuition. That you could go if I get accepted into any UC school,
Oh, okay.
they'll match the tuition for a private school. That's just so they can get kids in the school. You know?
Of course.
But I don't know how the life will be at there. I'm excited, but then at the same time, who's gonna make me good dinner?
You will find that person, I promise. I had that for the time that I was studying in north of Iran, Shomal.
Right.
So I met this girl, and she was a fantastic cook. And we were looking to rent a place for me,
Right.
and I just told her, "Are you looking for a place as well?" And she said, "We can become roommates." And she was like, "Sure." And I said, "Okay." And then she became my roommate, and she was a great cook, and I learned a lot from her. I'm not saying a good cook,
decent.
but I learned how to cook from her. And I just enjoyed that 6 months of my life. I mean, it was great food every night.
Yeah.
So you will find that place, that person for sure.
Maybe I'll become that person.
Oh, yeah.
I could.
Oh, I saw one of your videos, and you were making lasagna, and
Oh, yeah,
that
it's pretty old,
lasagna
yeah.
looked delicious.
Yeah, I do random cooking videos because I go to cooking class and we're forced to make something every week
Yeah.
over the weekend. So it'll be either like a dessert or a food. And I think this time it's like biscuits, some sort of biscuits
Okay.
I'm making. Like those cookies I made.
Yeah.
But
What happened to them?
they're pretty. My dad ate them. He said it was good,
Okay.
but it didn't look good, but it was good. You know, I needed to keep it in the fridge for a little longer. I guess that was my
Okay.
mistake. My dough didn't get cold enough, so it's still
Okay.
stretchy. I think. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, most of the time, if I have a rice cooker, I should be fine.
Okay.
Because
That's
I
good.
mean, I know how to make fried rice. It's not hard.
How do you know how to make like pasta?
Yeah, of
We
course.
call it
Boil
macaroni.
water and pasta with
No,
little salt.
I mean, as far as the meat and the sauce and
Yeah,
know
yeah.
how to cook
Some
those?
tomato paste and some gusha charcha,
ground
meat,
beef
ground beef. That's
and-
what they call it. And ground beef, and you just
Okay.
with some spices, some turmeric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think
You
I
know
mean,
the deal. Okay.
as long as it doesn't look red, it's cooked, right? So
Yeah.
as long as it's dark brown, I think you can put on the pasta. Well, you could always just make pasta by itself without the meat,
Well.
or
yeah.
white sauce. White sauce is easier
Yeah.
to make too.
Yeah.
You
Well,
don't have
I
to
always had a hard time, making the white sauce,
sauce.
right, especially the Alfredo sauce.
Hey, watch
the
the
chicken-
lasagna video.
I know, maybe
I
I
did
should
there.
watch that twice because I mean, the red sauce is just a piece
Yeah.
of cake for me. I mean, I do it like quickly and like in half an hour you would have the best sauce ever. But when it comes to the white sauce, I tried it twice, and the last time I tried, Ali said, "Would you stop cooking this
It's
Alfredo sauce?"
well, ask my mom, but it's I think you just put flour in and then you put milk in, and while you're putting the milk in, you have to stir it so it doesn't like
Yes.
sit.
And cream.
And a little bit of I think it's just cream, any type of cream.
Yeah.
And
don't
you just
really-
mix it. And my mom did. Well, she put it together for me, but you just have to mix it constantly while pouring it so it doesn't settle. And then
Okay.
you mix it until you feel like it's thick enough. That's just based on your preference. You put water in it too if you want it to be less thick.
Yeah. Well, mine was very, very thick. I guess that was the problem because basically pasta
You
is
needed more
heavy.
milk probably.
Yeah, and then like I think I put a lot of flour in it, and then I just kept it on the
Yeah, that was just
on the
definitely-
fire for a long time, and then it became really thick and
Yeah.
heavy. So when I added it to the pasta, I mean, it was like
Horrible.
hell.
Just watch a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah.
I made some kind of. I mean, it was kind of a risotto, but not really, because I didn't
Mm-hmm. Okay.
put enough. I didn't use alcohol, so
Okay.
it didn't taste as good, and I couldn't get the sauce right. But
Yeah.
I mean, risottos were like a little bit too much for me at the time.
Okay.
My mom was like, "Are you making dinner?" I'm like, look something up.
Show me.
Instagram.
Okay.
Digo para.
Yeah, okay, so we'll wrap it up there. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you want to be on the podcast at a future date. And
Oh,
yeah.
Hi, Tommy Ozzy.
No, I've already done it.
and here's my little one. Megal,
Mego.
can you introduce yourself? What's your name?
Mango so Tommy.
How old are you?
My Mateo.
How old are you?
Mango.
چند سالته؟
3 تا.
Ah,
Yeah. One last question. So, if she goes to school, are you gonna keep the Megol, or are you gonna go May, or what's going on with that?
I mean,
Mango.
everybody, so far I haven't had any problem with her full name, Megal, but her middle name is Nora.
Okay.
So maybe some folks.
His kids don't have enough time to say the whole name sometimes.
Yeah, May would be great. I love it.
Okay.
So
it's just hard to say for some Americans.
Yeah.
So.
No, May is totally fine. What did she say?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, well.
Armand wants to wrap it up.
I'll see you guys in the next podcast, next video. Peace. Bye.
Bye.